This is the broadest attack on the First Amendment I don't know of anything comparable. One of the other big issues that they were trying to censor on is COVID. Everything COVID was subject to censorship. I've been repeatedly censored over COVID issues. You probably have been too. You raise the wrong question about vaccine, you get censored. You get labeled, mislabeled as misinformation. There's a warning attached to us. I mentioned COVID in this video. I guarantee you Facebook is going to have a warning below this video saying, oh, to see COVID information, go here, suggesting what I'm saying is wrong. And if you go to share this video, which I encourage you to do, there's going to be a warning. You sure you want to share this crap by Tom Fitton? They're not going to say it like that, but that's the effect of the warning label. You sure you want to share this? It's garbage. Twitter files showed also that the drug companies had special ins directly to get people censored who are critical of vaccines, or the mandates, or the masks, or offering alternative treatment analyses and ideas. And the Biden administration's like embraced this fully. It's rare to see the White House, it's not rare, it's unprecedented to see the White House broadly embrace attacks on the First Amendment freedoms of tens of millions of Americans. They've called in big tech companies, and from the podium of the White House, the president and all of his men and women have encouraged big tech companies to censor American citizens. I think in violation of the Constitution and law that raises significant civil liabilities in the least for them, if not criminal liabilities, depending on what happened. And along those lines, Judicial Watch just sued HHS, the Health and Human Services Department, for the Surgeon General's office's contacts with big tech about COVID vaccines. Again, we had a simple request, and we were really specific. This was back in March of last year. We asked for records about, including but not limited to, electronic emails, texts, memoranda, handwritten notes regarding, referring, or relating to any efforts of Alexandria Phillips, who's communications director for the Office of Surgeon General, to contact any employee of Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Reddit, YouTube, LinkedIn, Tumblr, and Pinterest concerning COVID-19 vaccines. So how many emails could this one person have? How many? Can't be that many. And it's almost a year and they haven't given us jack. Now, Vivek Murthy, who is the U.S. Surgeon General, the Biden Surgeon General, issued a report, a pro-censorship report, a censorship Bible on COVID, quote, confronting health misinformation to, quote, slow the spread of health misinformation during the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond. And it called for censorship of speech about the vaccine and other COVID controversies. And this is what he said: prioritize early detection of misinformation super spreaders and repeat offenders. Impose clear consequences for accounts that repeatedly violate platform policies. How does that translate? Censorship. I'm a super spreader, according to the Surgeon General. A repeat offender, according to the Surgeon General. Because we're putting out information that they don't like, anything that's seen as depressing the individual's willingness to take the vaccine or listen to their propaganda on COVID issues is seen as a misinformation super spreader. And they want us targeted and censored. So that's why we've asked for that office's communications. They wanted to get records on what we were saying. The Surgeon General directed and demanded tech companies, and I think they haven't done it yet, or they've resisted it, turn over information about individuals who spread COVID-19 misinformation. In a formal notice, Murthy requested major tech platforms submit information about the prevalence and scale of COVID-19 misinformation on their sites, from social networks, search engines, crowdsourced platforms, e-commerce platforms, and instant messaging systems. They want to look at your text messages, your Facebook IMs, and report to the feds about it. This is East German-like surveillance of American citizens in order to suppress their speech. We shouldn't tolerate it. We should seek the protection of the law to make it stop. And the first core step in doing that, A, is talking about this outrage here, and then getting the details. So hopefully someone can do something about it. I mean, we've got litigation over, as I say, this type of censorship to try to stop it. Others have as well. You have state attorney generals pursuing information about federal agency censorship that's getting key information showing the White House was brazenly trying to get material taken down. This is the broadest attack on the First Amendment I don't know of anything comparable in terms of the size and scope. I mean, it's one thing in the early part of the 20th century or the early part of our founding father, of the founding era, where we had the Alien Sedition Acts, which was often at odds with the notion of free speech. I mean, today we have tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions, of American citizens being harmed and having their civil liberties restricted by this free speech attack, coordinated by the federal government, endorsed by the left media, endorsed by the entire political media complex, the academic sector, the transnationalists. I don't know if you've been watching news about the World Economic Forum in Davos. I wasn't invited to Davos. I don't know why they don't want me to speak there. I'll tell them a few things. Maybe that's why they don't want me to speak. But they were talking about the, censorship. There's this anti-Americanism that is endemic on the left. Is not only do they hate America, but they hate our freedoms, and they really hate free speech because the communists need to suppress free speech in order to prosper. So we're doing our best to try to expose it and stop it. And I tell you, we're not going to stop. We're not going to wait for Congress to do it. We're not going to wait. Obviously, the Justice Department isn't going to do anything. And Elon Musk is going pretty darn far. It's really quite incredible in releasing these documents, which really put Twitter on the block in some respects. I mean, he still owns Twitter. I mean, Twitter may have some liability over the censorship as well. But kudos to Elon Musk for exposing the truth about this collusion. And now what Judicial Watch is doing is we're following up on his disclosures and other disclosures to get the full scope so we can end the censorship that's ongoing against you, my fellow citizens. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.